Kind of what can people expect when they go in and they talk on a first-time consultation about divorce?
Sure. For the first one of these, I kind of thought that'd be a good place to start, since that's usually where I start when people come in. Typically what will happen is somebody will reach out. They've been referred to our office, and they'll reach out and they'll make an appointment for a consultation. When we sit down for a consultation, I find people are often in very different places. Some people know it's time, we're moving forward with the divorce. Other people are exploring, understanding what the process looks like, and it's okay. I think a lot of times people are very nervous or apprehensive to be honest about where they are in the process. And it makes it difficult, obviously, on my part if I don't have all that information, because I need to know kind of where to have the conversation. Are you having the conversation of, all right, it's time to start, and here's what that looks like? Or are we having a conversation of, well, what would happen if we did go down that road? And it requires, I think, people to kind of be prepared when they come in to answer that question and understand, what they're looking for in advice from me. The other thing we get in a consultation process that, as long as I've been doing this, is still, I guess, somewhat puzzling to me, but I guess understandable. People are bashful. And that is, you have to be honest with me. And a lot of people come in, and I hear all the time, well, I just don't know how to say this. I'm going to be embarrassed. This is so problematic or private or whatever. And I have to tell them, you're not going to shock me.
I know. After how long of doing this?
After 20 years, myself, my law partner, who's been at this for more than a decade, our other two partners who are approaching a decade doing this, you're not going to shock us.
Right.
And what we need more than anything is the full gambit, the full range of information that we have, so that I can give people the best possible advice. People are oftentimes reluctant, I think, to share that with us, to tell us really what's going on, if there is any misconduct, if there are any issues. They're hesitant to be honest about that. And if they can't be honest about that, then it makes it very hard for us to give them the advice that we need and steer them in the direction we may need to take them. The other thing that I think people want in that consultation process that's the hardest thing to hear, everybody wants the answer to the question, well, how is all this going to turn out? And I understand why they want that answer. They want me to tell them where it's going to end up. And I think when you come in for that initial consultation, everybody has to understand from an expectation standpoint, you're not going to get that. And anybody who tries to promise you an outcome is really just selling you something they can't deliver.
Right.
First and foremost, in that initial consultation, we don't have all the information. We've never most likely met the other side. We've never met the spouse. We've never met the lawyer, or we probably have worked with the lawyer they worked with, but we don't know who they're going to choose yet. And your spouse's lawyer matters. There's all kinds of different ones out there, and we don't know who they're going to select. Are they going to select somebody who's going to be difficult, expensive, run this thing up, or are they going to select somebody with whom we have more of a working relationship? We don't have all that information, and so I know people just desperately want me to tell them, don't worry, here's where it's going to end up. And that's just very hard advice to give right off the bat. What you should expect, or what you should want the lawyer to explain to you, and what I try to focus on, is the process. So if we are going to go down the road, if we are going to go traveling down this road together, here's the process that's going to unfold. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. Here's what that's going to look like. Here's what I'm going to be responsible for along that process. Here's what you, the client, are going to be responsible for along that process. Here's a timeline that I think is manageable for that process. And here's sort of what you can expect at each phase. And if we go successfully, this is what that'll look like. And when I try to put it in a process-oriented approach to people, I think that gives them some peace.